42 years as a type 1 diabetic, and yet every morning I wake up with a glucose score of about 85. Today I'm going to show you how to do the exact same thing.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like our channel's content, feel free to hit the link in the description and buy us a coffee. We appreciate all our viewers who support our channel. Now on to our video. Getting less sleep than 6 hours is a danger zone for type 1 diabetics. If you have type 1 diabetes, you're already an expert at juggling a million things. You're a carb-counting ninja, an insulin-dosing mathematician, and you can eyeball the grams in a meal with superhuman precision. But what if I told you that even with all that skill, there's a silent saboteur that can make your blood sugars impossible to control? And the wild part is, most of us are ignoring it. It all happens while you're supposed to be resting. You know those days. You wake up and your blood sugar is already stubbornly high. You take a correction, but it's like throwing a pebble at a tank. You eat your usual breakfast, bolus perfectly, but your CGM graph still shoots for the moon. The rest of the day is a frustrating chase, leaving you exhausted, irritable, and feeling defeated. You blame the food, the insulin, maybe bad luck. It might be much simpler. You didn't get enough sleep. Specifically, you hit the danger zone, less than 6 hours. And here's the kicker, it's a two-way street. T1D wrecks our sleep, and that lack of sleep turns around and makes managing T1D a nightmare. When you get less than 6 hours of sleep, your body unleashes a cascade of hormonal chaos, turning you into an insulin-resistant machine. First up is insulin resistance. Research shows that partial sleep deprivation can slash your insulin sensitivity by as much as 14% to 21%. All of a sudden, that key has to be jiggled and forced. This is exactly why your trusty correction dose does absolutely nothing after a rough night. Your body is literally fighting the insulin you're giving it. It's no surprise that studies consistently find that people with T1D who sleep less than 6.5 hours a night tend to have higher A1Cs. Then there's the second villain of the story, cortisol. You know it as the stress hormone. Its job is to prepare you for a fight or flight moment by instructing your liver to release glucose into your bloodstream for quick energy. Your body perceives a lack of sleep as a significant stressor. So when you're running on fumes, your body is pumping out extra cortisol, flooding your system with sugar you didn't even eat. You're trying to lower your blood sugar, but your own body is working against you, pushing it right back up. It's like trying to mop up a spill while someone stands over you with a full bucket of water. Finally, a bad night's sleep completely messes with your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin, the I'm hungry hormone, skyrockets, while leptin, the I'm full hormone, plummets. This is the scientific reason you crave carbs and sugary junk food when you're exhausted. Your body is screaming for a quick energy fix. For us, these intense cravings, mixed with that underlying insulin resistance, create the perfect storm for a day of chaotic, high blood sugars. It's not a lack of willpower, it's your biology taking over. Now, this would all be fine and dandy if getting a good night's sleep were easy. But as we all know too well, type 1 diabetes seems almost engineered to destroy our rest. This kicks off a vicious, self-fueling cycle. It often starts with the fear of overnight lows. We've all been there, staring at a perfect blood sugar number before bed and feeling a pit in our stomach. Is it too perfect? Will it drift down while I'm asleep? That anxiety alone is enough to keep you awake. And then come the alarms. Our CGMs are lifesavers, but man, are they relentless sleep thieves. A piercing low alarm at 3 a.m. You stumble to the kitchen, chew some glucose tabs, wait 15 minutes, test again. Still low, a little juice. Finally, your number starts to rise, but now you see that dreaded double arrow up. Did you overtreat? Are you about to spike and wake up feeling awful? By the time things finally level out, an hour has passed. Your heart is racing, and getting back to sleep feels impossible. I have personally lived this story too many times. Highs are just as bad for sleep. The unquenchable thirst and frequent trips to the bathroom lead to fragmented, poor sleep. So, the diabetes wakes you up, which causes insulin resistance and hormonal mayhem, which leads to more unstable blood sugars, which means more alarms and even less sleep. It's a brutal feedback loop that can make you feel completely powerless. But you're not. Breaking this cycle is totally possible.
Okay, we get the problem. What can we actually do about it?
It's time to stop thinking of sleep as something that just happens and start treating it as an active part of your diabetes management. Here are 3 strategies to get you started. First, you've got to build a routine that screams, "It's time to sleep," to your body. This is all about solid sleep hygiene. The number 1 rule: consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. When you mess with your internal clock, your body gets confused about when to power down. Next, create a wind-down ritual that starts at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This means putting the screens away. The blue light from your phone and TV tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, shutting down the production of melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy. These habits create a powerful, predictable runway to sleep that your body will learn to love. What you eat before bed can be an incredible tool for preventing those overnight blood sugar swings. A lot of us are scared to eat before bed, fearing a stubborn high, but the right kind of bedtime snack can be your best defense against a 3 a.m. low alarm. The secret is in the snack's composition. You want a mix of protein, healthy fat, and a small amount of complex carbs. Can I have an example, please? Think about things like a cheese stick with a few whole grain crackers, a small bowl of Greek yogurt, or an apple slice with a spoonful of peanut butter. The fat and protein act like a brake, slowing down how quickly the carbs are digested. This provides a slow, steady release of glucose overnight, acting as a buffer to prevent sharp drops that can wake you up. Of course, chat with your doctor or diabetes educator to figure out what works for you. But don't be afraid to use food as a strategic tool to guard your sleep. For way too long, the T1D management mantra has just been carbs and insulin. Sleep isn't a bonus if you have time for it. It's the 3rd critical pillar of managing your diabetes. Getting less than 6 hours isn't a badge of honor. It's a red flag that you're forcing your body into a state of insulin resistance and hormonal stress. By building a consistent sleep routine, using smart snacks to stabilize your nights, you can break the cycle. You can turn sleep from a source of anxiety into your greatest weapon for better blood sugar control. It's about recognizing that when you prioritize rest, every other part of living with this condition gets easier. You deserve to feel good, and that starts with a good night's sleep. What's the biggest thing you notice about your blood sugars after a bad night's sleep? Drop a comment below, and let's get this conversation going. And if you found this helpful, you know the drill. Like and subscribe for more content that goes beyond the T1D basics.
So there is the 3rd pillar of taking care of your blood sugars, diabetes management. Getting enough sleep is crucially important, I think, for your overall health, but most definitely for managing your blood sugars with diabetes. Now, the only thing I would add to that video is I think drinking some water before you go to bed is a healthy thing. Not too much. I won't drink a whole glass of water because that'll guarantee I'll be up in 3 hours and having, to use the bathroom. So I drink a little bit, and then I do a lot of deep breathing exercises, and that just knocks me out. So if I do have to wake up, because I do use my glucometer and I do use my CGM, and I'm happy to have that alarm if I am getting low. But again, you have to take care of business, whether it's eating a few grapes or whatever you have to do, and then get back to bed. And you got to get back to sleep quickly. So again, my one recommendation for you is to do a lot of deep breathing exercises. If I do that 5 times, breathe in, hold it, exhale, breathe in, hold it, exhale, I'm back to sleep in 3 minutes. Now, of course, we're all different. Maybe that doesn't work for you, but talk to your doctor and see what kind of suggestions he or she has for you, because we must get 8 hours of sleep in order to manage our blood sugars. I hope you got something out of that. Leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and we'll have another great video for you here on Type 1 Diabetic Warriors very soon. Until then, take care of those blood sugars and be well.